Hello, welcome back to you. The tarot card reading and drawing portion of this week's tarot card reading and drawing. If you watched the part one, I've made some command decisions. We're going to do the card tarot with the card tarot spread. Let's see how that goes. I hope that's okay. And obviously, we're not going to need a theme or something like that. But maybe I'll pick one for the pets. I had a lot of cute pets at Fiesta yesterday. I forgot to include that in part one. Okay, one more shuffle. Alright, don't read. Uh-oh. I flipped over the heart energy. Fear not, it is the Hermit. Such a pleasant card. And I would say it's our permanent heart energy. But here we are. I'm gonna, and I'll flip over the other cards. Okay. And a card for our pets. Ooh, the High Priestess. It's just reversed today though. This is very interesting. She is a water element. So our pets today have water, dreams, love, emotions, feelings, and maybe even psychic energy. If you believe in that kind of thing. Psychic energy, or just like in tune with the universe. I see a lot on TV sometimes that this has psychic energy and stuff like that. You think psychic energy and you automatically think that this is something positive. But I see on TV shows sometimes that the depiction of a psychic energy can be negative too. So whether you want to say psychic energy, you can say being in tune with the universe. So whether that means positive things are happening and aligning in this kind of a sequence of things kind of meshed together in a positive way, or maybe that might happen in a negative way. Here in this tarot card reading, we do embrace the difficulties for what life can be. But anyway, I'm going to see what she means reversed. A quietness of a spirit. This is interesting for our pets to get the High Priestess reversed. It seems like kind of like an impossibility for our pets to get the High Priestess reversed. Reversed, she means that you may feel that your connections to the spirits or the universe, or just like your connection, I guess, to yourself and others in the world, you feel that they may be lost. And so it's a good time when you see this High Priestess card reversed to have a bit of a quietness and a stillness, and focus on finding that connection again. So I think this is really interesting for our pets. So I think maybe I don't know. Upright, she means really great things. There's very connected and very emotional and in tune with the universe. If there is a challenging or difficult time, this high priestess upright means is very reassuring and very informative, not like a spoon feeding you information, but like as always the bigger picture. So I'm really confused as to why it's reversed. I'm thinking maybe this might be one of those things where it's the situation might be reversed, not necessarily the High Priestess Tarot card is reversed. Whatever that could mean. Meaning we are to take the positive meaning of this card, which is upright, but for some reason it's reversed. So that's for our pets. I think it would be quite impossible for nature to be losing connection with nature. How are you going to say a dog's lost connection with nature? You can't say that. But anyway, with that being said, it's really great for our heart energy, which I would say is permanent. I mean, it could be temporary, but I think glass half full here. This Hermit card is a very positive energy, a heart energy. This is I would say indicative of how we treat the ones that we love, and even ourselves included. This hermit is in quiet to the snow. I don't know if you know this, but the snow kind of makes everything more quiet and stuff like that. I don't know why. Um, but this hermit, especially in the Crow Tarot, is extremely positive, extremely meditative. Speaking of this reversed high priestess again, I am extremely hesitant to say it's the reversed meaning. I think it's a bright positive meaning. This hermit is definitely connected to nature. You got the knowledge of the tree, you got or the earth element. You've got the knowledge of this little lantern that he's got going on, and you got the knowledge of this star over here. So even though it is an earth element, this hermit major arcana deck card, I would say there's a lot of air, intellect, logic, and stuff like that going on as well. But if you prefer the fire element or the water element over the air element, I'm sure you would probably say have a reasoning as to why they're represented also here with this hermit. So let's see the present as a platform for the future. The Queen of Wands. She's a very refined. This is very interesting. The Queen of Wands versus the King, not versus the King, but just seeing the differences between the two cards. To look at things as unbiased, I guess you can say, is this Queen of Wands is very refined. She likes the finer things in life, and that's who she is. She's get things done. This is the fire and wand element, so she is able to complete tasks and projects to the highest potential. But the different and a leader, right? But the difference between the Queen of Wands and the King, and you notice that they're male lions, right? The difference between the King and Queen here in this Crow Tarot deck is the emphasis of appreciating the finer things in life. So she's not going to be roaming around next to trash cans or anything like that. She has a nice, she keeps her things nice, and she has some nice things around her, which I think is interesting, because in other tarot card decks, it's usually like the King of Pentacles, who's known for that, and stuff like that. But anyway, uh, our present is a platform for the future. Is we respect our things. We have a lot of earth element going on here, which is interesting. The earth element is material possessions, and also your job and career, and stuff like that. So a lot of emphasis of the earth element this week. Um, and wanting the finer things in life. So, not wanting the finer things in life, but I guess that too. But just this emphasis on maintenance, I guess. Keeping your things clean, a tidy home, a tidy space, office space, maybe, put a little, the Queen of Wands is like, I need to have this plant in this pot here in order to have work efficiency type situation going on here. That is very important to her, or him, whichever. These are tarot cards. So anyway, very, very, very positive. So let's see our something helping us or holding us back. Ooh, the Tower. This one's very interesting. This Tower, it might be both. As far as how we feel about things. Um, uh, but as your tarot card reader, I like to look at things kind of half glass half full, um, whenever I can, whenever I feel the need to do so. Joe. Um, and so this holding us back, it kind of sounds kind of like not good, right? You're holding me back, stop it. But there's a lot of elements and ways to look at things and situations, and holding somebody back might be a positive. There might be a situation where you're just like, hold me back, you know what I'm saying? So yeah, I think this Tower card, which represents sudden change, going with the flow of things in a very, very positive manner. I think this is really interesting again with this reversed High Priestess card. If we were to get the High Priestess card, I think she would probably gravitate towards this situation over here. But with sudden change, again, there's this natural system that we have that was given to us, one could say, as far as dealing with our environment, which is the earth. This Tower, a sudden change in this kind of like natural fear response. I think sometimes if you're new to a fear response for whatever reason, or not, um, there might be this instant kind of avoiding it, or thinking that this natural fear response is something that maybe you're doing something wrong or something like that. But we've been in evolution for a really long time. I like to think we've been in evolution ever since the earth was formed. I think if you just count like human evolution, it's like a lot shorter. But anyway, this is a natural response, and I would say probably as far as the psychic energy and being in tune with the universe and stuff, I guess is which our High Priestess here, it would might at first just seem negative, but this is natural fear response is just a tool in the toolbox, and something that, as far as it's helping us or holding us back, this Tower card is all about this instant change. It's a very drastic change going on. So It's upright. There might be somebody here, an adversary that I guess is not seen yet with these cards that may avoid this unnatural fear response at all costs. But here we have this hermit with a lot of knowledge and wisdom and stuff like that. And I think things are going to be fine. And if somebody else has this natural fear response issue to drastic change in a big way, it's going to be their problem and not ours. How about you? I'm going to take a sip of coffee 1 second. Oh man, I was going to get Benji another treat, but the gypsies don't want her walk. Sorry, Benji, you're going to have to wait. I don't know how long when I pause the video, I don't know how long I get before it just like shuts off. Good Papa Benji. So yeah, we have a very interesting tarot card spread. We have a lot of major cards. We have 3 major cards and then a Queen of Wands here. I want to see if they're making plans for today, what they're doing. Getting out the house, but I should be doing my research and stuff. So anyway, I don't know how good the sound quality is, but I can hear my sister and mom talking. Anyway, yeah, we have a lot of interesting cards here today. I would say these are a lot of my favorite cards. I like being in the position that I'm in. I think I might be particularly open to this Tower card. Maybe you are in a completely different situation and environment than me. Tarot card Benja here at 9107. And this might seem a little like, oh man, maybe you wanted a different major arcana deck card. But as your tarot card reader, that may be true. But I think maybe the emphasis would be with this Tower card is this is like natural changes, so like a rainstorm or thunderstorm. These are things that are out of anybody's control. And so this is something that's just kind of the universe at work here, or maybe the universe at play here. Maybe if this sudden and drastic change is maybe you might be a little bit more hesitant about, I think maybe you can just focus on that instead. This geological formation of the thunderstorms. Anyway, let's just see our hopes or fears. The 6 of Swords reversed. This is very interesting. I think the 6 of Swords might be a little bit more reversed, might be a little bit more positive. The upright meaning is about hard work. This is ice here. It's very interesting. We have our water element and it's our cold water element. I say that because of this Queen of Wands here. Witch of Fire is action, spirituality, travel, a lot of movement, a lot of inertia, but as to like not really the science inertia, but like this kind of some things here, and it has to move in order to, I guess, exist. But this 6 of Swords upright is about hard work and sacrifice and taking a journey or whatever over this frozen water. I'm going to have to check really quick what this reverse meaning is. So this one is a really interesting. I think maybe this High Priestess might also, this reversed High Priestess might also make a gravitate towards the head of the crow. Um, This is a very interesting. This reluctance. I was incorrect. It's not a more positive meaning. It kind of means the reverse meaning of the tower, where there's this reluctance to change. Um, so maybe that means this crow doesn't make this journey over the water or something like that. Um, right? And the sword element is air, intellect, logic, reason, debate, and communication. So I would say this is probably our outlier. We have all these cards in the order that we have them. So for the head of the crow, I would say this is not a hope. This is a fear. I would say is our outlier and may pertain to our any sort of obstacle or adversary that we have for this tarot card, this weekly tarot card reading. Um, for the head of the crow, so maybe there might be an issue. We might have these three cards here, right? The heart and kind of the two wings of the crow are very, very strong cards and very pleasant in my opinion. um, uh, and we may have this head of the crow. It might again be a roadblock or an obstacle. This air element in the head part of the crow, I think, might be kind of like, as your tarot card reader, the Empress card. There's other tarot card readers out there who probably have a completely a different meaning to the Empress card. But if you have been a client of mine for a while recently, these days, you are probably very much aware that I don't like the Empress card. So if we don't get the Empress card, which I hope we don't, period. But if we don't get it for the rest of these cards, I would say this would be the closest representation to the Major Arcana deck card, Empress card. This sword element in the head of the crow, with this emphasis on maybe evaluating whatever it is that's right here, our heart energy, our presence as a platform for the future, and this something that's helping us or holding us back in a very positive way. The tower card here, upright. There might be some evaluating of that, and because I can't imagine this this kind of fear-based kind of reverse Six of Swords, reluctant to make the journey and stuff like that, is reluctant to change and all of that, especially if it is something as so big as like the forces of nature. Would have anything to do with us, and therefore this evaluation of maybe position and authority that this reverse Six of Swords may contain, inhabit right now, would in fact, I think, be our obstacle. But I would say maybe not so big of an obstacle, but still our obstacle nonetheless, the head of the crow. Considering this is a very powerful fear response, everything that I just said, and then we get this reverse Six of Swords, reluctant to change in fear. And somebody's probably evaluating us for some reason, or a separate, but they are in the headspace with this sword element, air element there. So let's see our grounding energy. Oh, this is very interesting. The Eight of Wands reversed, or sorry, Eight of Swords reversed. If I'm again, this is a very pleasant card. I like this card whether upright or reversed. I really like the air element in the sword suit. I think this is interesting. Again, it could be because of my position here. To simplify that, at 9107 Rustler's Creek, I really don't mind this um, blinding of the crow, right? And I think it's really interesting with this so much knowledge here in this hermit space. How did you? Video. Where's it? Sometimes when he looks at me, I try to grab his tongue. Anyway, video. Did y'all do that? Is it just me? Anyway, and so I really like this Eight of Swords. I really like this this kind of, I guess, a blurriness of the background. I see the swords as a lot of protection here. So we have this protection of our sight, whether that can mean like illumination, like knowledge and stuff like that. We just have a lot of protection here. It is reversed and it is our grounding energy. I would say as far as these two kind of being antithetical on opposite ends of the spectrum, right? They're very far away from each other. There's a lot of other measurable stuff, but these are the two things that are like most contrasted. At least for here now in our this tarot card reading. This this card is probably really happy with this natural change and stuff like that. And so as far as if there's an Empress card here, which might closely be resemble this reverse Six of Swords here, this evaluating of our problem, our task, our project here that we have. This our grounding energy Eight of Swords here is going to be a really good evaluation, intellectual and logic and reasoning evaluation of whatever this is. And so this head of the crow adversary is going to have a big problem with our grounding energy. Let's see our past. The reversed sun. This is very interesting. This sun card is an emphasis on community and being a part of a pride, if you're like a lion or whatever. A lot of solar energy, a lot of freedom. And you see how big everything is. The sun is so big. We've got a white horse. So reversed, I think it means we might feel a little lonely or isolated. But that doesn't necessarily mean bad. This is solar is also very communicative. This isn't your alone time type energy. This energy is your relationships and everything like that. And again, considering our first three cards, I would say are very strong and mutual respect going on there. And so the fact that in our past are reversed to the sun card, I would say, again, it's not so bad. We have a lot of reverse cards that have very positive meanings. So I would say that we had a very pleasant past, I think is what this reversed sun card means. Whether it is we finding our community or pride of lions or whatever. Maybe in the past we've helped other people do so too. So that's great. A very positive past, and we have very organized here. We have this fire element, the earth element, and kind of a balancing with this air element here. So let's just see our uninvited energy, our external openings. The Lovers, this is great. We're getting a really great spread. This may be challenging, but these the placement of these cards are really great. This Lovers card is like the Two of Cups in the Minor Arcana deck, but this is a Major Arcana deck card, and this is a very much about commitment, like commitment. There's no option of well, in the event, in case of this doesn't work out type situation. This is commitment for life and for the hereafter. There's a lot of positive energy going on with this Lover's card here. And there's a blue snake. Isn't that so nice? I would say we have a really balanced card. I like these two cards here, and this body of the crow is really great. Again, as far as our very positive. If there's any problems that we have, we seem very much pioneering, going forth in our lives and choosing what our problems are. And it seems like somebody else is not choosing what our problems are, which is really great and positive. So yeah, not much emphasis on an adversary, but maybe an obstacle that it seems to be not quite so important as whatever this obstacle is here. So let's do a future outcome. Oh, very interesting, the Nine of Swords. Again, this is for this sword card, this Nine of Swords, it does again emphasize this natural fear response that we have. This little crow right here in the nest is dreaming of battle, right? This is the dreams, right? So we have kind of an interplay between this water and air element, which I think is interesting. But yeah, this is a very interesting, could be compared to the moon card reversed for the Major Arcana deck. But as far as this being our future and outcome, I think this is very positive. This is kind of like working on our skills of maybe like a chess or reading the Art of War book and stuff like that. I see this as a very positive card. Maybe even can compare to like a knight or something. And very interesting considering this lunar element to things. This your shadow self and your lunar self, your subconscious or unconscious, your things, your natural fear response, and things that your body picks up that you don't necessarily focus on all the time, but are there's a constant effect of things, right? Interplay, I guess. But I think a very positive future and outcome. This Nine of Swords. And a very interesting, I think, with this reversed Six of Wands. We have our own obstacle going on here, our own judgment and justice going on here. But we do have this pesky little card here of this reversed Six of Swords. So I think it's very interesting. This kind of natural fear response type situation. Which is a big deal, right? Especially considering the situation, I guess, what's going on. I would say that whatever this Six of Swords is here, this avoiding this natural fear response at all costs, this and therefore not having the knowledge and experience of this Nine of Swords here, which would be us, and really great considering the spread that we have. So that's very positive. So anyway, I guess I'll go ahead and show all the cards in a second. We've got the heart, the past, external openings, the grounding, the beak is the future. And I've just decided right now, considering I'm at 35, just for the sake of the timing of my videos and stuff like that, that I'm going to do my drawing off camera. I hope that's okay. I just think it might be a little bit too long to have my intro and then to have this and then to have this drawing. I'll just do it off camera and post it on Instagram, so don't worry about it. That's just how things turned out. I wish I could see y'all's feedback. Obviously, I would adjust, but I feel like maybe that's what for this week. That's what we'll do. How about you? Okay, so I really like this tarot card reading. Very, very positive. This weekly tarot card is. I hope it works out for you, and I obviously it will. So. That's great. If you have any questions, comments, concerns, input, feel free to enter that into the conversation. And if you don't, that's fine too. But per usual, I look forward to the next tarot card reading. And yeah.